Oh, once again, I've decided to miss half of the one-shot qualifying because my login wasn't set up. But welcome everyone to round two of the Dynamic Night Esports off-season F2. We're at Spa, and it's raining again, so the tradition of rain in F2 continues. But obviously this time we have dynamic weather on. Uh, Thank you all for joining so far as I try and get everything sorted. It's good to see the banana cake pie symbols are already into the chat, even though one of the drivers is actually driving and he's in P9 at the moment. But Pure is leading. Hopefully, it's not as boring as the actual Mexico, which was round one. Full wet conditions. So, obviously, I still haven't learnt all the F2 names, so bear with me. So I'm just going to be going off the player count, but. While these guys are still doing their one-shot qualifying, slowly getting used to the car, obviously in the wet, we'll go off the results from round one. So XJ Schmidt, who's in P3 at the moment, is leading with 41 points. Pure Gold with 31 points, 10 points behind. So those two are absolutely destroying the first round in Mexico. And Zach Crichton gets it by 4 tenths. Banana Cake Pie was disqualified from the session, but look at the time difference between P1, 2 and 3, which is the same difference to P1, so that's a good little difference there. But yeah, so Curving Texas 28 points in P3 at the moment. Rock 19, Server 16, OP Magic 12, Banana Cake Pie 7, Gala 6, Benny 4, 2 for and 1 for Conehouse. So that's our points for this afternoon, and that's our order for our one-shot qualifying. So obviously none of the drivers would have practiced in the wet, let alone practiced for this at all, since it's the nice chilly off-season. But hopefully the race itself is nice and dry. Zach Crichton earned himself 4 points, so he's already equal with second last place just from qualifying alone. So hopefully the track is nice and dry, and so we can have an actually entertaining race compared to round one in Mexico, which was two safety cars. No one caught up to the safety car, so the person leading had a 10-second difference. And all the drivers actually had a delta to drive to as well, so that's why none of them caught up to the safety car. But hopefully round two actually brings us some driving here. Entertaining battles here and there as it's dry, so that's really nice to see. So as the drivers fine-tune their car setups. I'll organise the stream. Alright, everything's good. So everyone's finally got their setups. It's only presets, 1 to 5. So we have the formation lap. Zach Crichton warming up his tyres aggressively. As these drivers start warming up. We would like to thank everyone for joining the stream. Put your predictions into the chat below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Also like the video as well if you do enjoy our Dynamic Nights Esports off-season content. As Zach is exploring all of the track, the Rock has left the session. I'm pretty sure he's already got some backup invites as well. But we'd also like to thank the people that help us along the way, which is our sponsors, Track Racer. Two links are down below for our UK and USA affiliate links. They will give you a nice discount as well as return it back to us. We also have music from Arium. His Spotify link is in the description as well as Instagram as well, so please follow all of our socials as well, which would be nice. So we have the team that locks at the top two, and we also have another team that's next to each other, 11 and 12. Curving Texas and Banana Cake Pie. But yeah, since it's nice, which is going to be a shame because I think because the formation lap's on, The Rock might not be able to get his car back, but hopefully. But it is the off season, so we're not pushing any of the drivers to join the session, etc. It's just for pure enjoyment, just to spice it up a little. Since we don't have a F2 league, we decided to put one into the off season to just give the drivers something different as well. As we also have go-karts on Monday. We also have classics, which is a random car on a random track. So there's no prompt for drivers to practice, say like the 1972 Lotus at like Monaco, for example. We also have the 10v10 on Fridays, which is red versus blue. Most of them will be streamed here and there. Not all the races will be streamed, so keep an eye out for those as well. If you're in the Discord, a link will pop up. But as XJ seemed to slow down the pack quite a lot to give the top two absolutely cold dead tyres, or they might have reset. Let's get this show on the road. Everyone looks like they're opting for the medium compound. Let's have a look. Oh, not there. So we've got the top three on mediums, then the next three on softs, then mediums, and then so mediums are the favourite to start. What is this camera angle? What is this, Codemasters? Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights at Spa, and away we go. Zach Ryan with a poor start, so Pure Gold will boost off easily there. Same with XJ Schmidt and the Rock. So Zach has got to hold down that inside line, already making contact with the Rock. Doesn't seem to be any damage. We'll go on board with Zach, who tried to recover as many spots as he can from the poor start. Going up to Eau Rouge and Rarion. Keeping it nice and flat. He went off the throttle just a little bit to control the car. But the top three, he's already gained all that time back up to Pure Gold. XJ Schmidt, who jumped 2 positions to push himself into P1. But look at this towing. Oh my god. We're going into potentially 3 wide. So we'll go to positions. So XJ is trying to keep his position here, battling with Pure Gold and Zach. What a defensive move there as we're going into, I don't know any of these turn names. I'm guessing turn 10. As Zach Crichton goes nice and wide, XJ Schmidt is being pushed out to P2 from Pure. Side by side into No Name. And they're still side by side, small amount of contact, no damage between the two drivers. But we even flick it down to the rest of the pack here as Server Knight has made one position, sliding himself into P6 behind Conehouse. But obviously we can't leave the top two, well, potentially the top three here. This is absolutely insane, as you can see the back of the car spitting at the flames there as they're downshifting. Pure Gold still following XJ as they have, as they do like to say to each other, get off my gearbox, but they're keeping it up the tradition quite early into this race. In a lap 1 of 13, Server Knight 5 seconds for cutting a corner and gaining an advantage. That must have been through turn 15. So XJ Schmidt will try and hold this position into the bus stop chicane as Pure Gold's got to go around the outside potentially. He's got to hold this roll. Even Zach Crichton might have a sniff. Oh, all sideways from Zach Crichton there. And he's that's just pure class to keep it. But and then the F1 boy. Oh, we have a car into the wall. Oh, it's Server Knight. So we saw F1 boy get a 10-second time penalty for cutting the corner. And then Server Knight got put into the wall. He doesn't seem to have a lot of damage. It looks like it's actually 0. As Blocky Rex, from his return, has been shafted there a little bit there. Still didn't get a good view of it. As Benny's waiting up, so Benny must have hit him from the rear end there, causing him to spin. As Lunacy's in the pit as well as Banana Cake Pie getting a wing change. But look at these two. Side by side once again. XJ's got to hold down the inside. No, he's got to defend the inside once again as Pure Gold's got to look around the outside. No, he's going to slip behind. So that's nice driving from these three. But we'll go down to the chaotic battle down below as the Rock is filtered behind F1 boy. Blocky Rex has recovered from, hopefully his tyres have cooled down a little bit from that hit from probably Benny MC there. But obviously we can't just let these guys have no watch time at all, because these guys are just absolutely going insane. Taken out by the Rock's AI, Ah, okay, so it's an AI from the rock. So he's still... As Curving Texas makes a move, Conehouse makes an error. Oh, he's lost the whole of the front right wing as he goes extremely wide. So he's got to keep his car out wide just so he doesn't get in the car. And he's slotted right in front of the rock. Rock's not going to punt him. So he's holding that position, but wow, he went extremely wide through there. So obviously these two are still going at it. Look at them go. Zach Crichton's got the best view of the house right here, is watching these two just battle, gain all the time back. And they're all on the medium compound as well, so they'll be pitting at the same time. As Schmitty goes deep into bus stop, but holds the inside line, gives him a little bit of contact on the right-hand side, forcing him out. And Zach Crichton's got the best runoff, so he's got to make a move on his teammate as he gets the fastest lap with a 2:02, so this is going to be a nice long race. Pure Gold, he's got to stick his nose down the inside to hold that line. As he does, forcing Zach Crichton out a little bit wide. He holds the position, and this gives a perfect time for XJ Schmidt to start pushing to pull these guys away from the DRS as Galaz gets 5 seconds. Pure Gold holding the car well through the dirty air going up Rouge and Radion. DRS enabled for both, so look at this. We're going to probably see a double move from here. We'll stay on board with Pure as he's just giving him a bump draft, really, as he stays behind both. Zach Crichton sends it, locks up the top right corner, and no, he's just a spot behind Pure Gold once again. So these guys are just going to be battling throughout the whole race. As Pure Gold's going to make a move. Huge lock up, right front tyre again. Oh, that was Zach Crichton actually. But look at this, and into No Name. They're just holding their line so well. Oh, tank slapper a little bit from Zach Crichton there. But at the moment, these guys are just going to be battling on. We'll have a look down at Benny MC. 7/10 behind Servanite. So hopefully when these guys start getting a little bit closer, he is on the softs. And what we've learnt previously from F2 is to start on the harder compound first, because the softer compounds don't you don't get the most out of the tyres with all the heavy fuel load with these cars, especially with the no ERS. So it's better to start on the mediums going onto softs on this track, and you'll get so much more speed from the softs at the end of the race as well. But XJ holding his own, really showing that he is a proper F2 driver, not cut out for F1. And Zach Crichton, just an overall well-balanced driver, can get used to every car quite quickly. He's double lock up going into the bus stop, and he's holding it. So Pure is going to just slip by behind, but these guys are just going to be towing each other away from Curving Texas, which is just in no man's land. So he'll be just happy with P4 at the moment, and maybe hoping that these guys are going to be caught in an incident. But it looks like there is. So I don't know if Schmitty just parked it or there was a touch from Pure Gold, but it made one of the cars just absolutely go. Already went into neutral. We didn't toggle over to him. But wow, as Banana Josh has joined for the second part of the race. But look at this, Pure Gold, Zach Crichton weaving all over the place. I don't know if he went too wide and caught the grass, but that was extensive weaving there. As XJ's got to hold the wide line. Oh, what a better turnout from Zach Crichton onto the grass. So Zach Crichton seems to get a better run out of each corner. Maybe it's the setup difference in the presets. He's got to go side by side. No man, he pulls out. Maybe wing damage in on any of them. Doesn't look like it. We'll stay on board with Pure Gold as he's got to give us the best view between those two. And Zach Crichton went in a bit too hot there. Had to check up just so he wouldn't hit XJ Schmidt from behind, causing a massive incident. But Pure Gold is going to make a move for it now. But look how much he's locking up the front tyres here, ladies and gentlemen. As Pure Gold goes around the outside, is he going to hold the position? Zach Crichton even tank slaps. Oh, this is getting intense from this, just from this point of view. Any mistake is a massive slip up, especially with this pace that they're holding. There's Zach Crichton. Oh, he snickers the wall with the back left tyre. Loses a lot of time, but it won't take him too long to regain that time back from his mistake. Obviously, he was sticking his nose where it shouldn't really belong, especially in that turn, so he had to pull out. But Pure Gold going around the outside here, potentially on the switchback. No, he's got to hold it for the DRS, which is going to be more important. So maybe that's why Schmitty held up his line, just so he could get DRS. But we'll see if it happens again. No, he's pushing back onto the racing line. Schmitty with a small amount of squeeze. But Pure Gold will get a better run out from that optimal line. Now it's all coming down to this. If he makes the most out of his DRS and gets the move done before the line. And he holds that quite well. So he's not going to get the move done straight away, but he's got DRS open. No need to go behind him. He's going to give him a squeeze as he goes past. As we toggle to him. And XJ Schmidt will hold his line, but look at the time difference already. 1.7 seconds behind. I reckon he'll catch up in about 2 laps time, so we'll see him back in the DRS very soon. Next battle that we've got down here is Blocky Rex. So Blocky Rex is obviously recovered. He's catching up to Lunacy, who copped 10 seconds previously. Hopefully Blocky's internet is holding up quite well. Just so... Oh, he doesn't seem... Oh, the lag's pretty much there. But Banana Cake Pie, just chilling. He's got Garlows in front, 8-10, so he'll get DRS. And Blocky will stay behind for that move. But we'll stay on board with Banana Cake Pie here, who get DRS. So we'll see how much time he cuts back. Hopefully he gets down to around that 3/10 mark. As it's staying the same. Because Garlows is also getting that tow from Conehouse. So Banana's got some work to do. As Pure Gold still leading this Grand Prix at the moment. Through Blanchimont, going into the bus stop chicane. Is he going to hard brake into it? No, he's just going to sit behind for the DRS. The DRS is just so strong here that it's just better to stay behind the car until basically the softs, really. And Zach Crichton has gained 6/10 so far, so it's looking pretty good for him to catch up in a few laps, but obviously DRS with these two are just going to pull each other away. But obviously XJ is going to make a move through this DRS, but Pure Gold's actually pulled a little bit of a margin in the last couple corners there, just to get 5/10 away. But DRS is just going to make easy work for him to get all that time back. As Rock pulls the trigger early from his AI, so halfway through the race he'll be slipping onto mediums most likely, as I'll go from positions change to tyres. Yeah, so he'll be going on to the mediums to the end of the race, but these mediums will go until around lap 10, and they'll have the softs on for 3 laps or something like that. As Pure Gold holds the defensive line, parking his car in the middle of the track, so XJ can't put his nose and try and get it moved down the inside. But while this is all happening, Zach Crichton is already get into that DRS zone, so he'll get that on the next lap. Oh, bit of a contact there. Pure Gold comes in narrow. Oh, bit of front wing's been ripped off. That's an M plate. So I don't know if Pure Gold was moving back onto the defensive line again and he just caught XJ out, but that has also messed him up. Am I also seeing rain? Ladies and gentlemen, am I seeing rain? I am. So maybe rain had something to do with it. It's too early to say if the rain would have affected his tyre grip that much. But obviously here at Spa, when it rains, it really does come down. It's not going to dry up anytime soon as well. But it looks like it's just spinning at the moment. It's not going to do too much. It will make an impact on some braking zones, but they'll be finishing on soft, so plenty of grip. As Zach Crichton pulls the trigger, decides to go into the pits. Let's see what compound he changes to, as XJ decides to stay out with his affected wing damage. It'll be a bit of play. I want to see if he actually changes the front wing there, as he's got a black marker behind him, so hopefully he doesn't affect him too much. As he puts on a set of wets. So Zach's already saying it's wet enough. This is very early. I would have, but maybe they know something I don't. It's going to maybe just pour down for the rest of the race. But he's gone super early. Obviously, the F2 cars don't have the luxury of having inters. So wets it is. So let's see how much time Pure Gold pulls from this when he decides to go to pit for wets, if it's needed. If not, softs till the end and just have that extra grip. And everyone seems to be pitting. Conehouse is in the pits as well. And these guys pitted previously because of damage, and they seem to also have the wets at the ready as well. As we see Gala serving a pit stop penalty. Banana Cake Pie has decided to change the front wing. No, it's not Banana, but yes, he's put on wets. Conehouse has also decided to put on wets, but yes, the rain is coming down quite heavy from the pit crew area, so looks like Pure Gold might be boxing this lap. Doesn't seem to be struggling too much, but XJ Schmidt with that wing damage, it's got to be a bit of a struggle for him, as well as the added rain. But Curving Texas, 3.3 seconds behind, can hopefully gain that time back. As we'll stay on board with Pure Gold as he goes into the pit, so there was a bit of a time difference between him and Zach Crichton, so we'll stay on board with Zach to see how far he's actually lost from pitting early on the wets. As there's yellow flags. It is an F1 boy. Oh, and there's also a Gala. So 2 different incidents at the same spot. We'll toggle to... There he is. Oh, F1 boy. He must have caught the curb there. So obviously the people on the softs are really struggling. But that's where Zach Crichton is. Pure Gold just comes out, so Zach actually jumps. So XJ Schmidt decides to get a front wing change, so that shows the difference in time there, so he decided to go and pit for those, to change that. But Zach Crichton, from pitting 1 lap early, is down 9 seconds from the leader, Pure Gold. But wow, let's see how curving goes up here. Does quite well. XJ Schmidt with a fresh new wing and wets holds that comfortably as well. So no one's fallen victim to Radion yet. His Gala's coming into the pits. He's the only one still on softs, and look at the struggle that he's having. And resets the track for good measure. That is a no-no, my friend. As the rest of the grid pits for wets. Oh, what is that? That is a wild Conehouse. He is blocked and he's reversing into him. Is that an AI that he's blocked, or is the rock returned? But I don't... So Conehouse has been disqualified because he was obviously parked in a dangerous area. I don't know if he was still trying to reverse or what, but look at this, ladies and gentlemen, as his car despawns. But I don't know if the rock returned and he just copped that, but Conehouse lost it on turn 1. Pure Gold with 3 seconds, but he's got an 11-second difference. But as Galaz, nearly rips off the tyre going into the pits. He's got to smack the pit board. No, he keeps it alive. But wow, so we had lost connection. Oh, I lost it and parked it into the disqualified me. Yep, noticed. Which is unfortunate. And Galaz decides to retire as there is no points up for grabs. So you might as well go walk about, stretch your legs a little bit. As this looks like it's going to be the top 10. There is no battles at all. So might as well sit and enjoy and watch probably the closest driver towards another, which is Banana Cake Pie and Benny. With 4 laps left of this Grand Prix in the wet once again. So first race was round 1 was Mexico, which was full wet conditions throughout the whole race with 2 safety cars that no one caught up to. And race 1 of Belgium was dry into full wets. So the rain's always going to be around with F2 is. Hopefully the sprint race is full dry and no drops of rain. But Banana Cake Pie is still in that 1.2. And Zach Krine, just from pitting early, has lost a huge amount of time to Pure Gold. So the undercut did not work for him, knowing that he actually still had a lot of pace to hold on the mediums. But Banana Cake Pie would have just missed out on DRS. He's got to get the slipstream here, the number 8 car. And he actually loses time from the straight. So obviously a setup is maybe to blame there. Benny MC, with the pressure from Banana Cake Pie, has caused him to get 3 seconds worth of time penalties added. But we've seen quite an extensive amount of time penalties thrown around, so we might as well check that as he tries to gain. Have a look at the race director. So Pure Gold, I know he's on 3 seconds. Zach Krine also has 3 seconds. Curving Texas, no penalties, but 2 warnings to his name. Same with XJ Schmidt. We have 6 seconds worth of time penalties to Servanite. Lunacy with a bucket full. So he shot the start, so he had to do a drive through. He gained 10 seconds from what probably a massive corner cut, and he's got a few 5-second penalties as well. Probably served the 5 seconds he has. Benny MC with 3 seconds added. Oh, he got a straight 3 seconds, and he got a penalty plus a warning, so he's on 6 seconds total. Banana Cake Pie, he's got 6 seconds, so those two are battling for position. Blocky Rex, who got hit from Benny MC, has got just 2 warnings to his name. 5-second time penalty for The Rock. I don't know if the AI's caused that or because he got that for collision, and Garlas has got a heavy amount. And obviously these 3 are actually eliminated, well, DNF'd. So at this stage, no one's going to move up or down. Everyone is just going to stay where they are. But Banana Cake Pie and Benny MC caught up massively. Maybe Benny MC made a mistake there, as Banana's going to go deep under brakes. He's got to force him into the narrow line, so Benny MC will get a better run out into Eau Rouge. But hopefully Banana Cake Pie can tackle the dirty air that he's about to get through here, as he goes off the throttle massively and auto shifts down to 5th. And Benny MC will just fly away at the moment through Camel Straight here. 300 is the top speed that this car is producing in the wet. But 4/10 is the difference here, so obviously Benny MC is struggling through the more technical areas of the track, and the dirty air is just affecting Banana Cake Pie's overall performance, trying to catch up through these slow turns. But Zach Krine has narrowed down the gap to 8 seconds. He was originally 9 seconds from the pit. But Zach is the fastest driver on track at the moment, and Curving Texas seems to be slowly losing time to XJ, who's just behind him, and none of those drivers have time penalties, so hopefully... Oh, and XJ Schmidt looks like he's made a mistake. No, it's just 3/10 dumped on him, so probably coming out of the bus stop. The intervals are just slightly delayed. So we'll stay on board with Banana. Zach Krine gets 3 seconds added to his name, so he's a total of 6. So Curving Texas at the moment is looking good if Zach keeps adding time penalties onto his name. His XJ gets his first set, so Curving Texas is in P3 and he'll stay there. But it all comes down to if Zach Krine gets another 3 seconds, then Curvin only has to get a few tenths to stay inside that bracket. But Banana Cake Pie, 3/10 away. Hard break into the bus stop. But MC gets a poor exit out of it. He also goes a little bit sideways, so Banana Cake Pie will slip behind for a little bit of a slipstream. We might see a dive bomb. No, he's going to go hanging around the outside. He's on the dry bit of track. Let's see how he goes. Little bit of a punt. Small contact, but it's in the wet, so Benny MC holds that position, and we'll probably see the same thing that what happened last lap, which will effectively have him downshift to 5th, as he does. But he seems to have a better overall launch from there, but Benny MC is more comfortable throughout Eau Rouge and Rayon. And The Rock is confirmed that he's not racing, so he didn't have time to rejoin. But you're just chilling in 10th, man. So if you rejoin, you'll stay in 10th. You won't be on pole like Banana. So I don't know if Banana wants the extra point, or if he wants to go on pole. But starting P2, you have the inside line, I believe. As he goes a bit sideways there. Just coasting into No Name. Into Blanchimont, I believe. Benny MC going a bit sideways there, going into turn 13. Now, Banana Cake Pie holds. He's been gaining times through this sector here, but it's always just before turn 1 where he just loses all that time into Eau Rouge and leaving out of Rayon. But no other battles, so Banana Cake Pie is getting plenty of screen time. Ben MC just Tokyo drifting through there. So Banana Cake Pie will get a way better drive into bus stop through Blanchimont. It's Pouon was the other one. I had to just head check there. So we're going to see a dive bomb into turn 19 into 20. No, he's got to hold behind. But Benny MC is struggling with that section here, as there's more small contact made. Slips behind him, but he didn't get turned. Into the final lap. Oh no, second to final lap, sorry. You might have to go down the inside here. Late. And he's got to get the move done. Benny MC very respectively holding down the brakes there. And we're going to go side by side. Who's going to let up here? Are we actually going to see them go side by side? No, Benny puts down the brakes a little bit early as he experiences the dirty air for the first time and knows the struggle. But the top speed difference, are we going to see that 300? There it is, 305. Hard braking from both drivers, and Banana Cake Pie holds the position for now as our race leader is going on to the final lap of the featured race. So it's the final lap for you. You have 9 seconds to play with. And his teammate, Zach Cron. You've got also basically 3 seconds to play with your warnings. If not, you've got a full second. Kevin Texas, you've got P3 on lock. And XJ Schmidt, you've got P4 on lock. So these guys will be the bottom 8 at the start of the next race. But we'll stay on board with Benny MC because he's... Oh! Zach Ryan with 3 seconds. So Curving Texas only needs 5 tenths to jump a free position. So if you are watching the stream, or if anyone is, hammer time, Curving. Time to catch up. You're 6 tenths away. Banana Cake Pie had to use all of the track to keep his car on track there. So Benny MC actually lost 8 tenths from this lap as Banana Cake Pie finally got in front of him. But look how much the rain's coming down, ladies and gentlemen, from the start, as Benny MC is still struggling with the bus stop. So Banana Cake Pie will get a lot better of a launch through here as these drivers go into the final lap of the Grand Prix. So this is our effectively only battle on track. The rest of the field, as you can tell by the track map, is just massive. It's just, everyone's just so far away. It's like they're all on TT, just practicing. Yellow flag, sector 3. It is a blocky Rex. Bit too much throttle, lad. Just spun the car around as you, sir, are on your final lap as well. As the AI Rock is just chilling in P10. At this moment, Benny MC doesn't look like he's got the pace to try and regain that position against Banana Cake Pie unless he makes a mistake. That is the only way I see Benny MC getting P7 from this. But who knows? We might see someone. We might see that he actually wants pole position instead. As Aaron's joined for the sprint race, so he will throw a spanner in the works to the rest of the drivers starting at the back of the grid. As Pure Gold decide to finish the race nice and early. Zach Cryan, 20 seconds behind with his time penalties added. Curving Texas did not make it. It was 8/10 behind. So that was the time difference between them. He did not hear my message, nor he might have not have the pace. But that's our top 4 for the sprint race. Feature race, sorry. It's 42 seconds behind. So overnight, who is hosting these off-season events for F2 as he's going through Blanchimont into the bus stop chicane for the final time in the wet, hopefully. But Benny MC's fallen off at nearly a full second, so Banana Cake Pie, unless they've got time penalties to determine who's going to rotate, but I think Benny's got more time penalties anyway. But, ladies and gentlemen, by the looks of it, this is our top 8, unless these two have time penalties. Or Lunacy. I know Lunacy's got a 10-second. So, Banana Cake Pie actually might jump Lunacy in all this. Same with Benny MC. Banana Cake Pie does jump him. Benny MC also jumps in. So, Lunacy will be your pole sitter for the next race. And Blocky Rex, on his return, will send it. At this stage, The Rock, you might get 2 points. With all of Blocky Rex's time penalties. He might not finish this race. And he crosses the line. So The Rock obviously was lapped, so he will stay in 10th. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was the sprint race. Feature race. Feature race. So stay tuned as we go on to the sprint race. So let's look at the points. So Pure Gold for day 1 of the weekend is your effective leader with 25 points. Zach Cryan, who got 4 points, 2 points for his 4 points for qualifying. And also gets an extra point for fastest lap. So he's on 20 points. So overall... 2 points for fastest lap, 4 points for qualifying. So he's on 24. So the weekend so far. And then Curving Texas 15, 12, 10. And so forth down the board. But looks like we're going to see Zach Cryan and Pure Gold battle it out to see who's the overall weekend winner. It all comes down to the top 8 in points. So while all the drivers load up, I'll be back. We are back. So there'll be a formation lap, so we've got plenty of time to chill. 9 laps of Spa. So Aaron's joined. Who is that Banana Cake Pie doing? Oh, that was Curving. What's Kevin doing? Oh, that texture was wrong. He was in the ground for a second. We also had a car go down the inside lane. Oh, there he is. Who is that? Look at this. We've got people battling on the formation lap. XJ Schmidt's in AI mode. Who is that on the grass? Curving Texas puts F1 Boy into the wall. Those guys reset. I think the rest of the field's finally chilled out a little bit. Those two might have a word with each other. How come these guys don't have a telemetry? Oh, the Rock's obviously not here, so he is in the pits. But the one driver to look out for is Aaron. Oh! Saying that! Okay, what? Look at this guy. Oh, he's reset the track. Reset to the starting grid from there. As I was saying, he was the driver to look out for, but I guess not. It will still probably end up... Oh, look at these two having a little bit of a war. It's so hard to see who's actually back at the grid. These two are back. We have a Benny MC deciding to... Oh! More contact made. Banana Cake Pie and Blocky, I think. Blocky was reset. So these guys obviously wanted to get this formation lap over and done with. Why not reset everyone? So the AI's taken over at this point. But look at all the cars on the grid. As the final driver, hopefully the lobby's not broken. It is not. And are we going to get some lights? Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get telemetry. 5 red lights and away we go for the sprint race here at Belgium. Lunacy holds his own in P1 at the moment, getting a great start. Oh, we already have someone into the wall. So there was chaos in the back between Conehouse and Garlaz. We also have more chaos at the front. Banana Cake Pie has been respun. And Aaron doesn't have any wing damage. F1 Boy doesn't seem to have any wing damage. But we're going up to Eau Rouge into Radion. Oh! Zach Crine holds it all together. Oh my god! Oh my god, no! What is that? Oh, we got a when I was saying the safety car in F2. Oh, dearie me. When I said there's a driver to look out for, I didn't mean like that. Oh, dearie me. But I might have to rewind the stream for myself just to see if I caught anything on there that might help me to see what happened during the start. So from the start, we had Lunacy with a good launch. It seemed maybe someone just didn't get a great start. I think Conehouse and Garlaz got made contact because of the poor start. Into turn 1, it seemed that it was, I think it was Aaron who hit F1 Boy from the side, but there was already a car in front that got spun from Banana Cake. But then obviously going through our region radio, and we saw Zach save it. But then in the background we just had Aaron and F1 Boy just die. If anyone wants to give me any word of what happened, that would be great. As Aaron had his swift 30 seconds. I'm just gonna get Banana Cake involved and see what he has to say. Banana Cake Pie. Would you like to break down what happened to you before I ask the rest of the field what
Schmidt's
what
a
happened?
little bitch. Decided to dive bomb smash into me, sandwich me between Benny MC, and then I got punted from behind by someone and absolutely sent.
It's a safety
Not happy about
car.
it.
Yeah, not happy, of course. You're in
Not happy
P2.
about it. 4 races, man. 4 races. I don't survive lap 1.
So you're obviously going to go to pit. Are you going to go softs or chuck on another medium?
Yeah, I'll give the softs a go. I've got nothing else to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Might as well send it.
Might as well.
So we'll is Aaron still in the party chat? I might ask him something. I will. Aaron, welcome to the comms box. You there, Aaron? Checking in on Aaron.
Nonny.
Welcome. So you died. Do you want to?
I died.
Do you want to expand on the lead up to that into from turn 1 into turn 2 and 3?
Well, I had a few cars just spin right in front of me off the grid, and I was like, oh no. And then F1 boy killed me into turn 1. Didn't have a wing. Tried to go up a Rouge flat, and didn't quite work out, I guess. And yeah.
Okay, so you went up with a damaged wing, and F1 boy just followed you into the wall. I guess you both had damage, and
I
both
followed
tried
F1 boy. I followed, and he ran into me, and then yeah, I hit the wall on the outside. Then it ricocheted me back on the inside, and then I died. So yeah.
Yeah, because not to not to say commentators curse, but I was hyping you up a little bit, saying there's a driver to look out for during the formation lap, and you sent it into Puon, and then I said doesn't matter about that. He was still probably finishing the top 8, but how about no?
After turn 1, nah, that was not happening.
Yeah, it was not happening. But
oh well.
For the fans, I'll let you go. So XJ, I've got some time because it's a safety car. How's it going?
Good, mate. I don't reckon you got much time. I reckon this is going in.
I've got time.
I've got time.
So how was turn 1?
Turn 1 was fantastic. Made an absolute brilliant move up the inside. Fortunately, for some of my fellow drivers, they couldn't handle my heat and ended up spinning. So.
Okay, so they just got caught up in your gearbox by the sounds of it.
Well, if you come... if you want to come in the kitchen, prepare to get burnt. That's all I'm saying.
So words have exchanged between them, so that's good to hear. Obviously, someone's tapped into the voice call here and there, so I'll let you go. Enjoy. So it's good to listen to the breakdown from these drivers. Obviously, we have most, I would say, but not all drivers are actually in the same party chat as I. So it's good to, during these times, to jump in and just have a chat with the drivers, just to see what actually happened and give me a better breakdown, as well as you guys, as well as they get to have some time to exchange some thoughts between them. So XJ's mentioning that he had a legitimate move to make into turn 1, and it was just a racing incident. People just got caught up in his fabulous footwork, and Aaron was caught up in traffic the whole time, put him into the wall from the lead up as well. So this lap 1 in 3 turns was already way more interesting than the whole of Mexico round 1 and 2. As these drivers are getting nice and bunched up together, obviously this is going to be the last lap of the safety car. So hopefully these drivers don't continue what they did in lap 1, really, because I don't want to see another safety car. Obviously there's only 9 laps, and in F2 you can have 2 safety cars, so that is over half the Grand Prix gone under safety car conditions. So hopefully they don't bring another one out, because these are very long laps. It was I believe in the first race, like lap 1 and 2 was about a 2-minute lap time. So obviously these times by themselves is actually quite long. We'll actually probably have a look to see what the safety car conditions are like. Yeah, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Obviously lap 1 was the safety car deployed, and obviously 1 lap under it. So 2 minutes 45, so 3 minutes a lap, as XJ is slowing down the pack to give himself plenty of room for the restart. Hopefully these drivers give each other the same amount of respect, just so they don't get any 5-second time penalties as well as wing damage going into this. As they're getting so close that Zach Crine and Curving Texas are exchanging positions. So we'd like to see when XJ puts the hammer down, probably mid-corner. He's not going this early, so we'll stay on board. And then we'll toggle into the broadcast cam. See, Garlaz makes contact there, so that's when the driver's getting bunched up together into the bus stop chicane. And we're away. XJ already pulling off 1 second from Server Knight, so we'll stay on board with Pure Gold. Is he going to send it to turn 1? No, but Zach Crine's going to have a look into Pure. These guys are going to be battling each other again throughout. Side by side between... is Zach Crine going to pull out? No, but Pure's going to pull up in front. Side by side onto the grass. Zach Crine's going to make another save. Oh, he does! Curving Texas is enjoying the view from behind. He's going to get the slipstream, but he's going to stay in his position. As Benny MC and Lunacy. Benny MC with a way better run, so maybe Lunacy made a mistake. And Server Knight falling down quite quickly here, as he gets caught out from, I believe, a Zach Crine or a Curving Texas that might have given him contact. But these two are going to be battling once again for our viewing pleasure. But look at these guys, how smooth. Absolute professionals here. Curving Texas is probably going to stay in P4 once again, because the top 3 are just in a whole nother level when it comes to F2 cars. As XJ has already pulled 2 seconds, so his expertise is clearly in the F2 cars. F1 cars are just, he just doesn't seem to have the pace that he does in F2, so clearly this guy just never wants to be promoted into F1. It's Pure Go uses all of the track that's given to him, nearly hitting the house that's on the left-hand side. But Zach Crine will have a nice launch into the bus stop. We're probably going to see a dive bomb down the inside if Pure Go doesn't want to block it off. As we most likely will. No, he brakes nice and early, so he can get a better run into turn 1. He might make a move into there, but DRS won't be activated until lap 6. But XJ, fastest time, 2 minutes on the dot. 2 seconds on the dot. 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the dot. As Benny MC and Blocky going side by side into turn 1 with Banana Cake Pie following behind. And all these drivers are on the softs. So, I believe, let's have a look here. So there's only 3 drivers that stopped, and they are on the softs. The rest are on the medium compound. Oh! Banana Cake Pie gets shafted out to the right-hand side there. I believe Blocky Rex was getting his elbows out. But this is going to be crazy. Side by side. Going into a 3 wide. Down the Camel Straight here. And... oh, wow! Oh, dearie me, Blocky. You, sir, have not been... You have been off the game for way too long. And... as the Joker would say, you get what you fucking deserve by hitting the side pod and turning, but Banana Cake Pie did not deserve to get collateral damage from that. As we'll most likely see him go into the pits to retire, because he needs another front wing changes. He's got a cone house behind him as well, and Banana Cake Pie can't do anything about that. Blocky Rex is exploring all of the track as well. But Lunacy is behind Garlaz at the moment, so we're seeing some battles for someone as the Server Knight goes wide into the gravel trap. And he'll recover back in P7, with the next car to look at him will be Benny MC. But Server's really dropped off from where he was originally at the front row. But Lunacy Tracking down on those softs. Hard braking into the bus stop. Look how much later he can brake because of it. DRS is finally enabled. Pure Gold counters Schmidt's fastest lap with a 1:59.3, and that's with a Zach Crime behind him. And actually, Pure Gold's actually smashed down the time from XJ's 2 minutes to just 6/10. So he'll get DRS. So he'll cut down, and Zach Crine unfortunately does not get DRS at the moment. So XJ moves late into the braking zone, but he'll actually cover that line pretty well. Pure Gold's got to hold inside, so he'll get the better run into turn 5. Oh, side by side. But wow, such close driving between these two. Best of friends. Loves each other's gearboxes. They can't stay away from each other. F2 is like their bread and butter. Into No Name, gives him a huge squeeze. Zach Crine is trying to gain all that pace as well. He got 3 seconds because of it. But look at him, he's introduced himself to this friendship. There's no way he's going to hold around the outside there, as he had to cut back in. But Zach Crine with 3 seconds to his name, he's going to be sitting. He'll be finishing exactly where he sits unless these guys get time penalties of their own. Pure Gold trying to push to get that gap out of that DRS before it comes up again. But XJ Schmidt dropping off just a little bit. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see a move here from Zach Crine, as we already do. On board, camera, onto the grass a little bit. And we're going to see a dive bomber. We're going to see what he did previously. No, we are going to go side-by-side trail braking into it. But look at that angle. Nice squeeze. Both get DRS. This battling's actually helping up Pure quite a lot here. As XJ's gone wide, and we've got yellow flags in Sector 2. So that was a blocky Rex, I believe. XJ Schmidt with a lot better of a run out going into the Camel. DRS open, he'll get a way better run into Zach Crine. He's just going to bump draft him. He doesn't want to make a move until it's late. No, he's actually going to stay behind him. I think he knows that Zach Crine's a faster driver at this stage to help him pull back into Pure's reach. Or he knows, because of that 3 seconds, there's no need to battle him. And he just wants to gain all that time back as Zach Crine does a huge lock up. He's locked up quite often through that turn there, so obviously that tyre wear is going to be stacking up a little bit more. But look at the time difference that Pure's gained just from nearly a full lap. So we'll go to leader. And we'll stay on lead to the end of the race. So XJ Schmidt is already losing a lot of time here to Zach Crine. Blocky Rex, 3 seconds. Banana Cake Pie is expressing his love for F2 racing in the stream chat. But wow, XJ's really fallen behind as we have more yellow flags. Sector 2 and 3. Are we going to see the Banana Cake Pie and Blocky Rex? No, well, Blocky Rex still has that wing damage. They're both re-pitted, so maybe Banana Cake is just feuding a little bit. So, DRS enabled. Zach Crine's making a move. He has DRS, but he hasn't engaged it. So maybe he's got a DRS fail. That would be shocking in the last 2 laps of the race, as Gala has 10 seconds. What have you done? Guess you've just done with a huge cut there. BDMC. Oh, someone's gone extremely wide. Is that a bat marker? It's not. It's against Lunacy. Lunacy's still on those softs. Obviously you have to pit for damage. DRS enabled. He's got to make this move easy, said and done against Benny MC, but MC's got a lot of straight line speed here. Seemed to maybe Lunacy just went off the throttle there. Maybe he's just happy to sit behind him. Other than that... Oh! Banana's got a puncture! Those softs are 1 lap old. Oh, wow. It's absolutely ripped apart. 1 lap old softs, ladies and gentlemen. And they've just been ripped apart. Pure Gold asserting his dominance here in the F2 cars towards his counterpart Zach Cryan and XJ Schmidt. So this looks like it's going to be the final top 10 again. Everyone's just so far away. We'll have a look at positions gained. Obviously Pure Gold up 7 positions, Zach Cryan up 5, XJ Schmidt up 2 positions. So Pure Gold equals ABS King. That's why Zach Cryan's locking up all the time. Look, DRS light is on. It's not open. Click the button. All you have to do is click the button. Garlo's disqualified. So too many time penalties. 2 and 3. Looks like it was a... Oh, the cars are just still going. I don't know where these yellow flags are coming from. But this race is at the end of its road here. Only a couple turns to go for these drivers. It was an interesting first couple turns in this second race, but at the end of the day, top 3 battle, and then the rest, of the field just kind of like just spreads out. Oh, Pure Gold got nice and close to the wall. Didn't seem to get any damage, but Zach Cryan still within the 1 second, so... And with that 3 seconds, XJ Schmidt will jump into P2. So our top 3 remain in the same positions. Oh, Zach Cryan! Did he go for a huge dive bomb? And then just absolutely misjudge it? And drifts into the back of the grid. Obviously, Curving Texas might actually take advantage from this, ladies and gentlemen. He might jump into the podium spot because of this. As he does, he finally gets Zach from time penalties. Pure Gold gets the fastest lap with a 1:59. But from the last race, Curving Texas was off from jumping onto a podium spot because of time penalties, and was only 6 tenths away, and he got it 4 tenths clear. So that is our top 8. Clone House will come back and bring home 1 point for the team. So we'll wait just to have a look at the overall weekend winners. Obviously the boys are going to bring the car home, or they can send it into the wall. Either one's fine. Stay on board with Blocky, because none of these drivers actually going to get points. It's the top 8. So we might see them send it into the final turn. Go across the grass like Blocky did the previous round. So, see what these guys have got for me. Spinozza's actually pulled away quite a lot there. No. Oh, well, Blocky's trying to send it. He's got a cut. Nope. So for Blocky Rex's first race back, sums up your weekend, mate. Sums it up. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. We'll have a look at the weekend winners. Get the points for the admin. So, go for overall weekend winners here. So Pure Gold brings home 42 points. So that pretty much doubles his lead. Oh no, he didn't get 41 points. It was Schmidt that got 41 points last weekend. And Pure Gold got 31. So at this moment, Pure Gold has effectively is in the lead at the moment. With a huge lead, actually. He's got 25 points, 15 points, and a fastest lap. Zach Crine got P2. And then he resulted into P4 at the end, but he also got fastest lap for the first race. And Curving Texas with P4 and a podium to finish off his round of 25 points, actually beating XJ Schmidt over the whole weekend there, with XJ consistently getting 12 points. And Servanite, 14 points. Benny MC brings home... Servanite brings home 14 points. Benny MC brings home 12. Consistent, 6 points each. And Conehouse, with the lowest points, was in the last race with 1. And obviously Blocky Rex only got points in the first round for 2. And Lunacy was 4 and 2. But I have been your commentator, NBC-ALCATRAZ. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you at the next round. Actually, let me have a look at the round. I think it's a wild card round. It is Bahrain short in the F2 cars, so stay tuned for that next week. And yeah, talk soon.